From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13. Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
Every day, Hazleton's police resources are stretched to the max, and City Council felt it was time to act. A new hire for Hazleton PD, our top story on News 13 for this Thursday. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Bazinski. There's no question Hazleton's police force has a pretty heavy workload. As Christina Papa explains, that's why most council members felt it was important to hire another full-time patrolman.
Hazleton officers are always on the go.
The officers are running from call to call to call, and definitely there is a greater workload. The 911 numbers don't lie.
Back when Detective Ken Zapovsky started, officers on duty had time to get caught up on police reports and administrative work. Now he blames the lack of downtime on money and workload.
Since the economy has gone bad and there are less people working and things like that, there is no slow shift anymore, or each one is just as busy as the other.
At a council meeting back in May, board members supported the idea to place 2 additional full-time police officers on the force. This time around, council member and vice president of the board, Keith Bast, wasn't so keen on adding yet another officer to HPD.
It gets put on the agenda and you say no and you're the only one. It's not the fact that I'm not for the police. It's the fact that we just hit people with a 45% tax increase.
Back in May, Hazleton's council was able to use a one-time allotment of around $150,000 from Luzerne County's former tax collection agency to hire those 2 patrolmen. That's not the case this time.
We still have to worry about where we're going to get the money from to hire. When we hire these new police officers, we might have it for this year. We don't have it for next year. They're not in the budget.
The council did vote yes, and a new officer will be added to the force soon. That officer will replace a patrolman who plans to retire in early September. That's why the mayor says the money for the new officer is in the budget.
His retirement's coming up, and we wanted to replace him because his rate of salary would allow us to hire a guy from now to the end of the year.
The number of full-time Hazleton police officers has been dwindling for years in this city, and now that means there's actually no dispatch here at the police station in City Hall. So people have to wait for an officer to come back from wherever they are on the road to answer their questions and help them out.
With plenty of cases still open and unsolved, Detective Zapovsky hopes the force will continue to grow as the city gains funds to support it. Christina Papa, News 13, Hazleton.
3 people were injured, 1 critically after an accident in South Tamaqua that shut down almost a mile of Route 309. Police say the accident happened when a truck that was hauling bricks snagged some power lines. The driver didn't realize what happened, kept going northbound, and the utility pole snapped in half. That's when part of the pole came smashing through the windshield of a minivan which was traveling south. Responders say with lines down and bricks scattered all over the road, it was really tough to get to the man in the minivan.
It was very hectic. It was took a long period to actually extricate him from the vehicle because the high tension wires were on the vehicle itself. So we had to wait until PP&L arrived, to actually tend to the patient.
The driver was then flown to St. Luke's for treatment and remains in critical condition. A Port Carbon man died after he was struck by a tractor trailer along Route 209 just after 1 a.m. this morning. State police say a trucker from Pottstown was driving his rig along the highway when he spotted 40-year-old Sean Malone crouching down in the middle of the lane. Malone rolled with the truck for about 20 feet before it was able to stop. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Still more hidden danger lurking at Hazleton's new STEM school. The mold problems concealed behind the building's brickwork have been eliminated, but this morning the school district held a meeting with contractors to discuss options they have to remove mold on the roof. About a week and a half ago, construction teams at the new STEM school in Butler Township discovered mold growing there. Contractors won't have to remove the entire roof, but part of the roof will have to be peeled back. The district still insists that construction is on schedule and won't affect work being done inside the building.
We have to remove about 2 feet around the perimeter, and around the air handlers there was an area of concern. We're going to peel back that roof, part of the roof, and we're going to remove the sheeting and the insul board that is in question, and it's going to get replaced. So that this will guarantee that there'll be absolutely no mold whatsoever in this building when this project is complete. It is a very tight schedule, very tight, but right now, as of this morning with our construction meeting, we still feel, and the contractors feel, we could still be open for the September 5th.
And removing that mold on the roof will cost around $95,000. Well, emergency medical services, firefighters, and other first responders had a first-hand look at the real dangers involved in power lines. The North Carolina-based company Pike Electric came to Sugarloaf Township Wednesday evening to give a public demonstration to their employees in training, as well as public safety officials and those who would like to be. The eye-opening demonstration may hopefully save the lives of both workers, first responders, and civilians.
This has been a very good training tool for all of our employees. You know, we work all over the United States, and it opens a lot of employees' eyes up. Plus, utility companies, you know, they really see it and appreciate showing the demonstration and the hazards of working with electricity.
Those Pike Electric experts travel all across the country doing training demonstrations like this one. Pike does engineering, construction, and maintenance for distribution and transmission power lines. Well, it was another hot one today. Temperatures soared to the mid-90s and people were baking outside. But was it hot enough to fry an egg? We sent Matthew Petrillo on the heat patrol to find out.
They say if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. So Andrea Ferrari did just that. She's the kitchen manager of the Beacon Diner in Hometown.
We'll check it
Do you
out.
think it's hot enough to fry an egg here?
I think we're gonna try.
She thought it was so hot outside she can fry an egg there.
Oh, it's going a little bit.
So we waited and waited and waited. How long does it normally take to fry an egg?
About a minute or two. It's actually going about normal speed right now. I could move out here today.
Get a nice tan. If you don't spend too much time in the kitchen, here's how you can tell they're done. When the whites are set and the outer edges are just starting to curl up, they're pretty much cooked. So what do you think?
Ooh, that's hot. It actually is really hot to even pick up right now.
Is that edible or probably not?
It could be.
Now the ultimate test to see if the eggs are done, a taste test of course. Now the Beacon has been owned and operated by the same family for 4 generations. And Andrea is the daughter of the current owners. What's the best part about this place?
Well, we have the air conditioning blasting right now, so you can cool down. And we have a little bit of food for everyone, fried eggs especially today.
All right, let's see how that tastes. We were so excited to successfully fry an egg using only sun power. But then these out-of-towners started laughing at us.
I think it's really cool in here. We're from Phoenix, so when we left last Thursday, it was 120 degrees there.
It's just funny watching the people around here talking about how hot it is when it's 95 degrees.
100 degrees? No thank you. I'd much rather stay here in northeastern Pennsylvania, even if they think it's springtime. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Hometown.
So now we know. Still ahead on News 13. How are you handling the heat? We've got one more day till the temps cool down a little bit. We'll tell you all about it in News 13 weather. But first, there are a lot of ways to raise money for charity, but building a motorcycle? We'll tell you who's revved up for a worthy cause when News 13 continues. The local branch of Unico will be auctioning off some serious horsepower, and it's for a good cause. Alex Sullen headed to Death Row Cycles, where the chopper for charity is just about built.
It's called Unico, the largest Italian-American service-based organization in the U.S. And inside this garage, the Hazleton chapter is teaming up with Death Row Motorcycles, Pareca's small engine repair, and Electric Frog Designs to raffle off a custom chopper for charity.
And they do an awesome job with giving money, like I said, to local charities. It's a great group and a great group of people. And they do a great job every year, doing what they do. And we figured maybe this is a great way for the biker community and all the communities just to get together and do something really awesome for the local community.
And tickets went on sale just yesterday, but you'll have plenty of time to get yours. The bike won't be sent home with its new owner until next June. Robin Rimsky with Unico told me it's definitely the ideal prize for more than just bikers.
I'm a fairly new member of Unico, and from what I'm hearing, this is one of our biggest fundraisers ever for the different charities that we support. And I think, as you can see, this is going to be a really great bike, and I think even people that don't ride potentially would enjoy having something like this, because even if you don't want to keep the bike, you could always sell it.
And with a diamond-cut motor, gold embedded in some of the frame, it's almost unbelievable the tickets will only be $20 to win this Signature Series Vendetta built right here at Death Row Motorcycles. And ticket sales will not only be going on here, but also next door at the Electric Frog and on the Facebook page. Just a few of the charities benefited by the Chopper raffle include St. Jude's Hospital, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, Jimmy V Cancer Research, and Helping Hands. So bike enthusiast or not, one small ticket will make a big difference. Alex Sellen, News 13 Hazleton.
That's going to be a pretty cool cycle. It's a great idea for charity. Time now for our regional weather from the National Weather Service. Checking the radar. Nothing to see here, but that doesn't mean a shower or thunderstorm won't pop up at any time thanks to the extreme heat and the humidity which is currently in play. Creative condition is such a hot sunny day that an ice cream cone is actually melting over there on the ground. It's by Alfred Lithgow, a student at Hazleton Elementary Middle School. And now let's take a look at News 13 weather from the National Weather Service for Greater Hazleton for tonight. Slight chance of showers and thunderstorms popping up with a low around 71. Then for Friday, mostly sunny with a slight chance of showers again, maybe some afternoon thunderstorms, high getting up to 88 degrees, partly cloudy with a slight chance of storms during the overnight with a low around 70. And heading to Schuylkill County for tonight, a slight chance of evening showers and thunderstorms there as well with the low around 72. And for Friday, a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, a high near 94. Chance of showers and thunderstorms continues at night with a low just getting down to 71 degrees. Well, they've been teaching the public about lupus for years. Now the Lupus Foundation is inviting folks to celebrate their 10th anniversary with them. Christina Papa has more on the Alpha Wolf Bash.
Cynthia can't stay in the sun too long, so she brings the flowers inside where she can enjoy them.
There's sunscreens that we can use, and you wear big hats, and you just kind of plan your day around when there's less sun out than other parts of the day. You don't let it stop you, honey. You can't let it. You have to have a positive mindset, and one of the things you got to do is just keep moving on with life because you can make it. You can beat the odds, and we're here to show you that as an example.
Many people are still in the dark when it comes to lupus. That's why Lupus Foundation spokesperson Cynthia Donlin is trying to shed some light on the autoimmune disease.
On the 24th, we're having a banquet for our 10th anniversary celebration for the Lupus Foundation, and it's going to be held here at Sand Springs Country Club.
The 10th anniversary dinner dance is just the kickstart of a two-day event dedicated to teaching the community about lupus and other autoimmune diseases.
The day after the banquet, they're holding a conference right here at Sand Springs, and they still have plenty of seats to be filled, and that's why they're handing out discounts and scholarships for the event on the 25th.
It's only going to cost $30 for the local regular public, $25 for nonprofit organizations, and $20 to attend. That includes a breakfast and a lunch.
Lupus can attack every organ in your body.
You basically develop antibodies towards yourself. You're allergic to your own body. Your body no longer recognizes it being part of your system. It can attack your brain, your blood vessels, your muscles, your bones, your heart, your lungs.
That's why the keynote speakers, who include medical doctors, psychologists, and respected collegiate professors in the area, will explore several levels of lupus care.
You get tired, you get rashes all over your body, you get lung problems, kidney problems, blood variants go off, fevers that you can't explain. There's a lot of symptoms that come with lupus.
Cynthia says all the issues can be a pain in the back. That's why guests can get a free massage at the health fair tent right outside. If folks would like to attend, they can contact Cynthia at the number at the bottom of your screen. Christina Papa, News 13, Drums.
And let's check the winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you play. The daily, 561, Big 4, 0299. Quinto, 32265. And the treasure hunt, 4, 15, 17, 24, 29. Hope you won.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Holy Name of Jesus Parish at the Transfiguration Church in West Hazleton will be holding their annual picnic this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They'll be serving great homemade food with entertainment, games, bake sale, and tricky trays. And finally tonight, the 14th annual ECUS Road Rally to benefit the Helping Hands Society will be held Saturday, July 20th. Registration is from 10 a.m. to noon at the club, and the ride will end at the Harwood Fire Company. For more information, please call 570-926-9693. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Ann Mosden of McAdoo. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. in the Church of All Saints. Friends may call Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. at the church. The Damiano Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Italia Recci of Hazleton. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Geneva Hoffman Funk, formerly of Weatherly. Funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. Mary D. Roble, formerly of Shenandoah. Services are Friday at 11 a.m. in the Trinity United Church of Christ. Friends may call Friday from 9:30 to 11 a.m. The Orovitz Home for Funerals is in charge of arrangements. J. Randall Ward, Jr. of Newcastle, Delaware. Memorial services Saturday at 11:30 a.m. at the Gebhardt Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 10 to 11:30. And Genevieve M. Kutzer, West Hazelton. Funeral was held today from the Firo Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazelton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Doves of White, serving Schuylkill and surrounding counties, call 570-205-1597.
SSPTV Sports on News 13.
Hey, what's up? I'm Mike Madry filling in for Fred Barletta on this Thursday evening. Well, hope everyone is staying cool in this scorching NEPA weather. And another man who's looking to stay cool in NEPA is Alex Rodriguez. Tonight, Rodriguez will join the Rail Riders in the final stages of his rehab. A-Rod was slated to endure the process for 21 days and then be called up. However, as you probably know by now, A-Rod has told reporters he expects to be in the Yankees lineup on Monday. Now, the Yankees are already 6 games behind Boston in the AL East, and the big question is how much will A-Rod contribute to this injury-riddled offense? Rodriguez is coming off 3 straight seasons of hitting around 270 and hasn't hit over 30 home runs since 2008. Tonight should be interesting, to say the least. As you know already, A-Rod is involved in the biogenesis scandal, which alleges that A-Rod did in fact use performance-enhancing drugs. So the reaction he will get will be probably arousing from fans and the media. Also, you have to remember this will more than likely be A-Rod's first interactions with the NY media since this all became public. Nevertheless, it's all set to start at 7:05. Staying put in AAA action, some of the future stars in baseball were facing off on the diamond, where the International League fought off the Pacific Coast League 4-3. Pirates prospect Tony Hernandez hit a 3-run home run, putting the International League up 4-2, and the rest would be history. Some Rail Riders making the appearance in the game include Thomas Neal, who drew 2 walks in 2 plate appearances, pitcher Chris Buchek, and manager Dave Miley. Some more AAA action, which resumes play tonight. Indianapolis travels to Gwinnett. First pitch 6:05. And oh yeah, remember that guy named A-Rod? His team, the Rail Riders, host the Louisville Bats at 7:05. And then the Columbus Clippers will be in the Lehigh Valley area facing off against the Iron Pigs starting at 7:05. Staying on the diamond, we transition to Little League, where a few teams are set to face off tonight in the Section 6 ages 10 and 11 tournament. Valley West squares off against Stroudsburg at 6 p.m. Then the follow-up game features Penridge and Council Rock Northampton at 8. Both games being played in Northampton. Also, tomorrow, you don't want to miss our sports report. We will dissect and break down A-Rod's outing in Scranton. Make sure you tune in. We will have everything you need to know about the game and how it went for the soon-to-be 38-year-old slugger. That's all I got for sports. Thanks for joining us.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by Mountain Speedway. Here's a look at this weekend's action. It's going to be busy. The racing will begin at 6, so plenty of action this Saturday. Grandstand admission only $10. Kids 10 and under are free. And if you're an active military or a student, even senior discount, $2 off the price of admission. There's the website and the phone numbers. You can call them and get all the information on the excitement of racing down at Mountain Speedway. We're giving away 2 grandstand admission tickets to this weekend's race. Call us right now, 459-9813, and if you're the 3rd caller, you can claim your tickets at the race with proper ID. Hey, that's a pretty interesting ticket.
And here's what our media partner, the Standard Speaker, is working on for tomorrow's edition. Local corn farmers talk about this year's crop. You can read all about it in the Friday edition of the Standard Speaker. Plenty more news and info headed your way on News 13. How hot is it outside? We'll use a gauge not usually recommended by the Weather Service. That story and much more news when the 13 crew comes right back.